Now, one of the good things that happened after the Court of Appeal upheld the ruling by the High Court on nullifying the Building Bridges initiative is the decision by the ODM party to concede and move on. But it's like there is some people, especially those guys around President Uhuru Kenyatta, who have not yet even accepted the decision by these judges. Yes, it is true, President Uhuru Kenyatta should push for some of these things in that ruling all the way to the Supreme Court, because these things can haunt him after he has finished his term in office. Someone can drag him back to court and he can be sued after his retirement. So for that reason, he should push so that some of this thing can work in his favor. But this thing of attacking judges the same way Uhuru did some time back when they nullified his election cannot work as of now. The way Atwoli is behaving, he's just creating more problem for President Uhuru Kenyatta.
President Kenyatta can be taken to court at any time. That was a coup by the judiciary. And I think if today I was the president, then certain drastic measures, both political and legal, would have been taken place to make sure that they don't get away with it. You can't do that. If you are a Kenyan, you are a patriotic Kenyan. I want to tell Kenyans, they should not get worried. Nobody can stop reggae. Nobody can stop BBI. BBI was a popular initiative.
Now, as we continue with our Punchline discussion, I have a quick request. You might be watching me and you have not yet subscribed. My humble request, please consider subscribing so that it will help us to grow this platform. Again, to all the turning subscribers, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Now, let us continue with our discussion. Now, the biggest problem with Francis Atwoli is that Atwoli is living in Moi era, when the country has moved through Kibaki and now we are at Uhuru. We have a new constitution, which up to now, if Atwoli is speaking in the way he's speaking, he has not yet appreciated that we are living in a country which has new constitution. Atwoli want to use the Moi era and the Kenyatta era, the Kenyatta one. So for that reason, with the noise that Atwoli is trying to make, in my view, I feel that even the rebuking of these judges is just creating more problem for President Uhuru Kenyatta. Remember, Uhuru is going all the way to the Supreme Court. But again, if Atwoli is still insisting that we still have BBI, then I believe Atwoli is living in another world. Because even the proponent of BBI, Raila Amolo Odinga, in one side he has conceded. So for him, he's focusing on his campaign and how he's going to win the presidency. But Atwoli still want to drag Kenyans in the BBI. For President Uhuru Kenyatta, we can understand him. He's pushing to clean his name, but not really necessarily concentrating on the Building Bridges initiative. Simply because even we are out of time, it cannot work unless if they want to extend the term of President Uhuru Kenyatta in office for at least for 1 more year. And with the current temperatures that we have in Kenya, I don't see that coming to pass. And so, the more President Uhuru Kenyatta will listen to people like Francis Atwoli and the team, I think the more he's going to fail. Like, if Atwoli is one of the advisors, and so many people believe like that, then Uhuru should distance himself from the Atwoli and any other individuals who are reasoning like Atwoli, Akina Murathe, and the team. All these individuals are simply leading President Uhuru Kenyatta into more danger rather than trying to help him, such that one time when he will leave power, he will be staying in his home in peace. And like Atwoli is saying, I remember Atwoli was among the team that was coming to Western region with Governor Paranya. In fact, these individuals, they were trying to own the Building Bridges initiative. For them, even they were isolating people like Senator Masika Wetangula and the team. Those people who are not really accepting everything that was in that BBI, including Musalia Mudavadi. They were isolated and they were making this BBI to look like a political thing. There was a lot of politics playing inside. So they never allowed Mwananchi to own that BBI. And that is why these judges were able to tell them openly. So Atwoli is behaving like a frog in a pan that is in water which is warming. So what Atwoli is forgetting is that the temperature is increasing. So instead of him jumping out of that pan, he is still waiting until when atachomwa huko ndani. That is what I can say, in my view. Because even the momentum of BBI among Kenyans is dead. No one has time for that thing called BBI as of now. The concentration should be Uhuru to look on the succession and not concentrating on changing anything. Or if they were to do this, then they were supposed to do it through the National Assembly. They can change a number of things, like 50% of BBI can be implemented through the National Assembly. So that is the only route Atwoli should be telling Kenyans. But the way I see Mzee Atwoli threatening these judges, I don't think that he is serving a good thing to President Uhuru Kenyatta. And this is the behavior I saw people like Ndindi Nyoro. Ndindi Nyoro, one time when they were in power, real power, they were calling for President Uhuru Kenyatta to be a benevolent dictator. But once they got out, when they have suffered in the hands of President Uhuru Kenyatta, now these guys are crying. So this situation, no one wants to go that direction, because Uhuru might be president today. Tomorrow he will be at home at like Mzee Mwai Kibaki. So abusing judges also is not a good thing. That I think Mzee Atwoli should refrain himself from going from that direction. Na kama hawa ndio watu wanakaa karibu pia na Raila Amolo Odinga, then Raila Odinga should distance himself from Mzee Atwoli and the team, because this team cannot deliver the vote to Raila Amolo Odinga from the youth.
Almost I want to tell Kenyans, I've been receiving so many calls about the next thinking, or what some of us who are the proponents of BBI we are going to do. I want to tell Kenyans they should not get worried. Nobody can stop Reggae. Nobody can stop BBI. BBI was a popular initiative. More than 4 million signatures. It went through our county assemblies. They also accepted it. Kenyans accepted it. National Parliament accepted it. Our Senate accepted it. Every Kenyan accepted it. It cannot be turned down by the thinking of the 5 judges who had a predetermined ruling. Because I listened to them very carefully. None of those judges said something to do with BBI. The attack was on His Excellency the President, of whom Mr. Ngugi was calling Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta. He couldn't even recognize him as a president at all. So their main objective was to attack the president. That has nothing to do with the BBI. BBI, even 2010 constitution, of where we as Kotu participated 100% as we have done in the current one, it was driven and led by His Excellency the retired President Mwai Kibaki. You can't say a president cannot have a role in driving a popular initiative. Uhuru Kenyatta is a Kenyan. He has every right, and as a president, to lead Kenyans for a new constitutional dispensation. And that still remains popular. You cannot go to Wisero and get my mother to come and lead a popular initiative because she's Wanjiku, or she's a Winja, or she's a Kinyi. That was a predetermined ruling by our 5 judges who had ulterior motive behind what they were trying to say yesterday. And their attack to the going as far as suggesting to Kenyans that a President Kenyatta can be taken to court at any time. That was a coup by the judiciary. And I think If today I was the president, then certain drastic measures, both political and legal, would have been taken place to make sure that they don't get away with it. You can't do that. If you are a Kenyan, you are a patriotic Kenyan, you went to school to protect the interests of your own country. You can give a ruling, yes, but not in a demeaning manner, the way the 5 judges did. So to us who listen to the ruling very carefully, that ruling has nothing to do with BBI. And I'm sure the Court of Appeal, even if there will be there any judge, a new judge, newly appointed judge on the bench of the Court of Appeal, they will be able to give Kenyans what Kenyans want. They will turn down that particular ruling, because that ruling had nothing completely to do with the BBI. Popularization of BBI, we did it. We went to Mombasa, we went to Kakamega, we went to Kisii. Yeah? We went everywhere in the Republic popularizing. We were in Meru popularizing BBI. To say, oh, it was not popularized, it was not a popular initiative. I participated in the popularization meetings. I don't know where these judges were. Their direct attack to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, shows openly that they had a predetermined ruling in their own mind and in their own action. And particularly a Mr. Ngugi who could not even respect the sitting president by calling him a Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta, Muigai Kenyatta. I think if that is the way Kenyan professionals want to go, this country can easily go down to the dogs.